Here we go.
Play with the devil, die with the devil. I'm celebrity impersonator Rocco Fonzarelli.
And I'm Pastor Andy Q. I'm a little bit conservative, and he's a whole lot of rock and roll. And we're here to give you a unique perspective on current events. In the booth is Chris Storman Norman. And joining me behind the mics are Beth.
Hi.
And then we have Alejandra, who just wants to stay and be with us, and that's cool, man.
Aw.
And we're broadcasting live from the Big A Angel Stadium. Sorry, I was thrown off because it's Chris's name has changed. He's Beautiful Chris now. We settled that last week.
We are Rock Candy on tap for tonight. Disney with wardrobe changes. It's no malfunction, or is it?
Whoa.
Live from rehab, it's Chevy Chase. And a homage to the brave first responders for 9/11 with a live in-studio interview with retired, I better sober up by the time she gets there, retired police officer and author Cheryl Choate. But first, Sports brought to you by Who Else? Angels Baseball. Stay with us. 1/2 hour from now, we'll be giving away 1 4-pack of tickets. That's 4 tickets. 1 4-pack of tickets. Hey, Angels beat the Rangers 3-2 right here at the Big A. It all went down just steps from where we are, man. Way to go, Angels. Finishing strong, boys. You're finishing strong. Hey, there's an update on Matt Shoemaker per ESPN. Now, you remember from last week, the Angel starter was clobbered by a 105-mile-an-hour comebacker. Boom. Right to the side of the noggin. That's a medical term for head or cranium. Had a skull fracture, went to the emergency room, emergency surgery to relieve some internal bleeding pressure. And, how's he doing? I'm glad you asked. After complaining of pressure, he just went back to the hospital. That was Saturday. He was given another CT scan that came out negative. Now, before you panic, that's good news in medical speak. That's the only time a positive can be a negative and a negative can be a positive.
So confusing.
It's a good thing when your results are negative. That means no more bleeding. But he got another night in the hospital or so. We'll see, just for some observation. Godspeed, Matt, and we will see you back in great form next season. Friends, as good as the NFL was today, and I got to tell you, man, it was great. If you watched some games, man, they were all nail-biters, just back and forth, back and forth. The last 2 minutes of just about every game was just thrilling. I caught 2 games. But listen, you looked that stuff up, but I want to call your attention to junior college football. Bernard Schirmer, a lineman for Walnuts, that's right here down the street. We're here at the Big A. Walnut, you know that street? Yeah, I mean, you know that town just up the freeway? Walnuts, Mount Sac. Lineman Bernard Schirmer. He was arrested for allegedly punching. Okay, oops. I allegedly saw it on video with my own alleged eyes. It looked pretty allegedly clear.
Wow.
Anyway, punched a referee during a football game on Saturday night. Punched the referee. Now, the great Vince Lombardi, he was known for teaching the basics, and after one big loss, he called his team together and said, "Gentlemen, this is a football." Now, I think all players...
That's good advice.
Players would do well with a little coaching. Hold up the striped shirt and say, "Gentlemen, this is a referee, a no touchy. Don't do it."
Well, did he deserve it? What happened?
Did he deserve it?
Why did he get punched? You don't
Conflict
get punched
resolution.
without deserving getting punched sometimes.
I can't go into
I'm
it
just
with
saying.
possibly facing a lawsuit. But let me just tell you, I know some football players, some pros, and they'll go for every legal substance they have to hype themselves up.
I see.
You can get this stuff from your local Starbucks.
I had some of that today.
Several double shots of espresso. I'm ready to go. Hey, Rocco, before I throw it over to you, you touched a listener in another way other than punching him in the face.
Oh, really?
Here's a Here's a Facebook comment. Rock Candy radio listener on the Facebook, Michael Goggins in Chicago, and he's one of the big daddy rabbits over there at Willow Creek. Loves his church,
Holy
Willow Creek.
cow.
Big shout out to Willow Creek in Chicago.
Okay.
He was
I've met him.
He was listening on AM830.net, and he says this: Pastor Andy, the other guy, that's you,
Yeah.
Rocco. That other guy is hilarious. Can't wait to hear what he
The
says next week.
Oh, it's too much pressure now.
He said it's amazing. He knows all those famous people. He's a real star. Well, thanks for the note, Mike. And here in SoCal, there's a burger joint that's naming a burger after Rocco. It's called the Almost Famous Star. No meat, all bun. Rocco, over to you, buddy.
Oh, dang it.
You heard it here first.
Chris probably wrote that. Chris. Sorry. Okay. Well, now I have all this pressure to be funny to Michael Goggins. So,
Be
A
funny, buddy.
star.
okay. Well, it's not, I don't know. Now, it's too much pressure now. Okay. I know. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Michael, here's my only joke that I've ever known, and it is appropriate for this show, but not the other. Beth, what do you get when you kiss a bee?
I don't know, Rocco. What do you get when
You
you
get-
kiss a bee?
Chirpies.
Oh, no.
It's-
It's unhealthy bee.
It's Beth. Wait. Beth, it's a canarial disease.
Oh. Oh,
Beth,
no.
Beth, it's untweetable. Thank you.
Oh,
That's for
please
you,
stop.
Michael. Okay,
Oh,
let's. That's the only joke I know, and I saved it from Michael Goggins of Chicago. Wait, he's from Chicago, right?
This joke's going out to Michael Goggins.
All right, let's head over to Salem, North Carolina. A North Carolina man. You remember our story last week, right? Where they're seeing clowns everywhere.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Okay,
and
we
by the
have a
way,
follow-up.
We broke that
Oh,
story.
yeah.
You broke that story,
That's
baby.
right.
I saw it 2
He
days
is a
ago.
star.
That's right.
And they were acting like they were breaking it.
I know, we
man,
broke
we
it.
are cutting edge.
I
right
know,
here.
I'm
Well,
just
Sunday
saying.
night
So,
show.
of course, this.
Sunday night show.
Okay, so to recap, they're blaming Rob Zombie for creepy clowns running around North Carolina
No.
to promote his movie. So, and they did not wait for a response from his movie company. So here is their response. Well, let me just tell you what happened first. A North Carolina man who told police someone dressed as a clown had knocked on his window, landed in jail on Friday after admitting he fabricated the story. The latest twist in a string of such reported sightings in recent weeks. David Wayne Armstrong, 24 years old, described to Winston.
You're naming names.
Now,
Right?
He's
I
not
think
afraid
that's
to
illegal.
go there.
Ange, not that anyone. This is an interactive show, but Ange, this is a picture of him here. So, see if
Describe him.
You know what? He looks
So-
a lot like you. Oh,
Hey,
wait a minute.
no,
You're
no.
holding. It's a picture of you
24-year-old
holding
Rocco.
him and a banana. You're holding a picture of him and a banana.
That's why he's a star.
Okay, so he was arrested on a charge. So David Wayne Armstrong, 24, arrested on a charge of filing a false police report. Now we have a police officer coming in. We can talk about filing a false police report and how serious that is. But they had no evidence to substantiate this report.
And maybe brandishing a banana. You're not. That's a felony.
That is
in
not
some
a-
states.
Something
There's
wrong.
nothing in this picture that has a banana at all.
You have a banana in that picture.
That's not true. Okay, so reports of I'm not doing that.
Put your banana
Anyway,
away.
okay. Picking on Rob Zombie, a film distributor debunked speculation that the sightings were connected to the release of director Rob Zombie's new independent horror movie 31, which features a gang of sadistic clowns. Saban Films said it is not associated in any way with the creepy clowns and costume characters found roaming the South. Now, I said they did not wait for confirmation because they had to go to print with their story, and I knew this is what, less than 6 days.
The-
Yeah, they had a statement. So anyway,
Ridiculous.
quit blaming Rob Zombie for your problems,
That's
people.
right.
Tired of it.
Terrible.
Ange,
Yes, sir.
I have some terrible news for you,
Oh gosh, you know what? That's what we'd like to load up with.
and I'm glad Beth's here. Disney's Princess Jasmine will no longer be wearing the two-piece costume at Disneyland or Disney World.
What
Wait.
happened?
Too much. I don't know. Navelage
Jasmine-ness.
showing. It's not.
Recently, the company's been making some changes to some of their characters, particularly the princess costumes. You know, I
Yeah.
used to hang out with all the princesses.
It's a
but,
true story.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do-
Oh,
I can
yeah.
vouch.
Go on.
Well, I can't really because I don't want to embarrass them, but I was very close to one particular princess that hung out by the castle,
Snow White,
Cinderella.
No.
Cinderella.
But I have a picture actually of me with all the Disney princesses in Las Vegas dressed as Elvis. True story.
Wait.
True story. Anyway, The Jasmine costume is the one that's making the most waves because she is now completely covered
Oh.
neck to foot.
Wait, they put her in a burqa?
Almost. And that's what some of the comments were saying on the internet was they might as well just put her in a burqa because her costume starts at the neck here.
Oh.
Can you see this on the radio?
Yeah,
I'm holding
very
the
hot.
neck
He's holding the neck.
to
He's simulating
the ankle.
He's simulating a burkini. If anybody knows what the burkini is, it's the swimsuit for those in the.
So Beth, you're a girl.
Occasionally.
How do you feel about that?
I think that they should let her show her tummy.
You do?
Yes, I do, for heaven's sakes. She's
Well-
Jasmine.
I know, right? Jasmine.
What's wrong with these people?
She's Jasmine. Anyway, moving on.
The Jasmine.
Okay, so we got GQ here, and Andy brought this story to me, and I was very distraught over it because it's ridiculous.
Tell me more.
This song has been playing. This song has been playing in your head for decades, and it's lodged in your brain like a barnacle made of synthesizers and cocaine.
Cocaine?
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
Yes. So don't blame us. Okay, GQ has named their worst song of all time. Is there any guesses? And if you know it, don't say it. But any guesses? Anybody?
No idea.
Chris, worst song ever. What do you think?
Oh no! I'm not Bieber Fever. Don't do that.
That's pretty good, actually. I would say
That's a contender.
that is a contender. Okay, I just want to tell you this before I say the name of the song. 18 million views on the YouTubes.
Okay.
18 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From the album, 3 #1 singles, including the song I'm going to say, Sarah, and Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. And the song is. Oh, wait. It's not that one. Almost.
I love that
Ange,
song.
So, Ange, what's your worst song ever? What do you think? What do you think the worst song of all?
The song
Yeah.
I think is the worst of all time. Listen, this is a song where it celebrates 2 people cheating on each other, putting
What?
in personal ads back in the day when there was a personal ad, and it starts with. Not there. I was tired of the Pina Colada song. I was tired of my lady. Tired of my lady. We've been together too long. If I said that to my wife, if I was tired of my lady, been together too long, we're done. We're done. Like a worn out recording of a favorite song, great. By the way, the only difference between living in the rut and in a groove is just a matter of depth. So
Oh, Ange.
Stay in the groove too
It's
long
because
and you're
he's
in
a
a rut.
marriage counselor.
Listen, Rupert Holmes, great. I'd like to escape from your song and never hear it again. Don't you play it again, or you are never working in this town again. I've
All
got
right.
power, man.
Drum roll, Chris. Are you ready? The worst
what's the worst song ever?
GQ says the worst song ever is.
And we're going to take a break.
We built this city on rock and roll.
It's a great
No.
song.
I love that
No,
song.
I'm not
Okay.
going to go that far, but yeah, it's definitely not the worst song.
It
Didn't
developed.
Homer sing that song for once?
That's it.
This song's amazing. Okay.
And
Now,
that is-
even when it came out, I thought it was amazing. And
I've always thought of you being a purveyor of rock and or roll. This
Exactly.
one is building the city on rock and roll.
so it developed a hideous reputation, the worst song of all time. Blender magazine first crowned it in 2004, and the label has stuck. Mickey Thomas is my favorite quote in the article on GQ. Mickey Thomas is the lead vocalist, as well as Grace Slick. And by the way, these guys put this song out when they were. Grace Slick was 46 years old when she got 3 #1 hits.
Man, there's
You go,
there's
girl.
hope, there's hope for us
It
all.
just means I can put out my hit song now.
Yes, you
finally.
can.
Yes.
Okay. Mickey Thomas is my favorite. This is my favorite part of the article. I joined Jefferson Starship in '79, which was one of the most pivotal points of reinventing the band. I wasn't exactly a Starship fan, but because I came out of soul music. Now, if you watch the video, he is the whitest dancer I've ever seen. So I don't know what kind of soul music he's singing, but it's the worst
He means
dance
the-
ever.
He meant the fish.
So, so he goes on to say, we were reinventing ourselves, so I shaved my mustache. I wanted to reinvent my personal look. That was how you reinvent yourself back then. You just shave your mustache, and boom, you get a mullet and you dance like a white guy, and you got a #1 hit
The
single.
mustache was quintessentially the 70s,
Now, here's the thing.
Everybody was looking like porn stars back in the 70s.
You're
including me. I was 8 when I left the when I left the 70s.
when we return, I will tell you who wrote the song, and you will be blown away. True
All right.
story.
Can't wait.
It is Angels Radio AM 830 KLAA, and we've got a guest coming with us. It's Cheryl Choate. Cheryl Choate is a retired police officer, and you're not going to believe her story. You'll never look at a police officer in the same way after this.
We'll be right back.
Are you in pain? I was. I had sciatic nerve pain that was so severe it affected my performance at work and kept me up at night. I tried everything from doctors to massage to painkillers, and nothing seemed to work. Then I found the UC Healthcare Center. Upper cervical, referring to the neck, is a 100-year-old technique that is a natural solution for pain. The doctors at the UC Healthcare Center are experienced and have been practicing for 14 years. To make an appointment, you can book online at drdrewhall.com. That's DRDREWHALL.com. Or you can call 310-324-6172. That's 310-324-6172. Mention Rock Candy and get a free consultation and a free exam. And say goodbye to pain forever. 310-324-6172. drdrewhall.com.
Angels Radio AM 830 KLAA.
And we're back. I'm Rocco Fonzarelli.
I'm Pastor Andy Q. They built this radio station on the foundation of Angels baseball here at the Big A.
And we're broadcasting live with Rock Candy, baby.
That's right, and we're joined in studio by our co-host for the next show, which is Your Wonderful Life. It's Mr. Bill. Hello, Mr. Bill.
Hello, Pastor Andy.
All right, hey, man, I hope you didn't have to suffer listening to any of this on the way in.
Well, no, I didn't have to. I actually chose to.
How dare you? That song.
How dare you?
So, of course, this song means a lot to me because when we were filming The Muppets, which I was a part of.
Well, a big part of show business itself.
I don't think
it's a
it was
big part of your life. It's
No.
not your life. It's a big part of your life, Rocco.
Yes.
I
He's a
wasn't a big
star.
part of it, but it was really,
Oh,
really cool.
you were a pretty big part of it. I mean, I
He
heard.
has his own Muppet.
I heard
Oh,
he
we're
has his
we're,
own
we're
Muppet
saving
called
that
Rocco.
for another show, a really good show. Not that this isn't a bad show, but
Do you know what? I think we ought to rate the show like as we go along, kind of like Uber driver. You know, it's like Rocco. Right, you started out at 4.783. Right now, kind of in the 3.1 thing. So step up your game.
oh. So we're talking about we built this city on rock and roll. Now, has anyone ever heard of a singer named Elton John?
No, not at all.
Sir Elton John.
Sir Elton John. Okay, so his songwriter, or his lyricist, I'm sorry, Bernie Taupin. Is that how I say that?
Yeah.
Probably wrote, I don't know, 1,000 good songs, and he wrote the lyrics to "We Built the City on Rock and Roll."
No.
Isn't that amazing?
There you go, yeah.
Now,
That's
let me give you a little backstory of. This is what Bernie Taupin said of the song. The original song was very dark, and it was about the LA club life, killing off live acts. So, in other words, the original idea for the song was super dark, is what he says. And a producer came along, a pop producer named Peter Wolf.
It's always the producers.
It's always the producer. I got this great dark song. Well, you know what? We're going to pimp it up. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it the way it is.
So-
but we're just going to tweak it just a little bit. Give it
So-
a little beat, something you can dance to.
Austrian producer Peter Wolf came along,
Can't blame him, though. You can't blame him.
got a hold
Austrian.
of the demo, and totally changed it.
Some
is-
of those
is
suits know
Bernie
what they're
says.
doing.
If you heard the original demo, you wouldn't even recognize the song. And executive producer, his last name is Lambert.
And you have the original demo right here. We're going to hear it right here.
I don't.
You don't
Rocco's
you
gonna
don't-
sing it for us.
You don't have it? It's about 2.7.
But it's funny.
2.75.
It's funny because the magazine. This is the greatest. The magazine Blender, who named it the worst song of all time, isn't around anymore.
It's the magazine, Blender.
That's
so
funny.
Lambert, the executive producer of the song, said, "It's the price you pay for making a hit record. You can't please everyone, but I'm still here, and Blender is gone." So there you go.
What does that
They
tell ya?
licensed the song to ITT for $1 million, and it's probably 90% of the money he makes comes from "We Built the City," is what he says.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Good
Well,
information.
So there you go. Bernie Taupin also wrote a little song called "Crocodile Rock."
Okay.
To name one of his great songs. I have his list here in front of me, and I don't recognize a lot of these, but I'm not, cool like that.
Yeah.
So, Ange, do you have a guest that's coming
I
in?
do. She's right in here right now. She just happened in, and we have with us Officer Cheryl Choate, retired officer. Cheryl Choate was with the police force for
Almost 20 years.
20 years. Welcome aboard. Thank you. We didn't just nice and close with your mic, but there you go. Wonderful. Cheryl has written this amazing book. I'm going to have to say retired police officer and author because, listen, you've got this book. It's called Jaffer. I'm not allowed to say what Jaffer stands for. I almost made that mistake before. But the subtitle is The Girl Behind the Badge. You started with the police force how long ago?
In 1982, I was in the police academy.
Now, 1982, how many women graduated from the police academy back in 1982?
The
Your
academy class I was in, I was the only female that graduated.
Wow.
class? So, and the first job you had, how many women were on the force?
There were probably just about 5,
So,
and 4 were full time, and I was an actual reserve officer.
fairly new situation for having female in the force. Did you catch any flack for it throughout your career?
Yes, off and on. It was up and down. It was a man's world for sure. There weren't that many females, but for the most part, it was pretty good. But the academy, you get a lot of flack in there.
Do you know, I want to get right to the heart of something because you say it's a man's world, and I've talked to a lot of firefighters, a lot of police officers, and a lot of people who have that first responder kind of mentality, and they really talk a good game about how brave they are. You're very transparent because you tell a story, and I want you to just briefly tell us what it was like having to go in the home, and I believe the word you use in your book is clear that place where there was a suspect, a DEA agent, drug enforcement agent, who committed 2 murders, allegedly. That ended up being true. All you knew is you were about to go in and have a look. What went through your mind? What was racing through your head at that point?
Well, when I got the call, I was just on duty, and they needed some officers to come and help search a home for this DEA agent. And you just assume he's going to be in there because he knows law enforcement probably better than any of us. And it was frightening. And I was, a divorced single mom at the time, and I thought, I just want to go home. I didn't want to go in there, but I had to. And everyone, that's how all the officers, they're married with kids, and we just got a team of us and went inside, and we had to do, room by room, just like you'd see on TV with all the guns out and, closets and everything. And luckily he was not in there, and he was already on the run. He was heading out of state toward other family members, and he ended up committing suicide, which saved everyone a lot of time. But, it was frightening. It was just, as I put in the story, you don't want to be there, but you can't just say, I'm going to go home.
Right.
You'd have to be there.
Yes.
But that honest acknowledgement of the fear you felt. Now there were some other scenarios you described, and I suppose some that weren't in the book. And by the way, the book is available on Amazon and so forth. But people can get a discount if maybe they
Order
call
direct.
you up. Yeah, they order direct from you. That number is
949-456 949-456-2774.
949-456-2774. How much will you give them away for? Or, you know,
They're $15, and it saves you $5 in ordering them online because they charge you shipping and tax and everything. So it'll be $15.
beautiful. Now, I've been thinking a lot about this transparency you have and about this bravado. Many police officers, at least fake, and same with firefighters. Had dinner with a man that was both a firefighter and a police officer at various times in his life. And I told him about your book. And I said, listen, you know, I hear all these people talk about a good burn or a good collar and how, oh, sorry, they missed it. I said, how much time did you feel the fear? He said 99.9% of the time. And that's the reality.
True.
And it causes me to look at people in your profession very differently. There's another difference with you. You got accused of something along the route of being too, what's the word?
They used flirtatious. Or
Well, I thought too
they
nice.
said flirting and too nice. you mean?
Wow.
Yeah, but you did have compassion for people. I thought,
Oh, you're
I
talking
thought
about-
all of you
okay.
that would stop me, you just want to give a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But you wanted to give these people a break.
Yeah, so it
Aw.
was, one of the officers said I should be a, now I forgot the name.
Social worker?
The social worker.
Yep. I read the book.
Because,
I read
yeah,
the book.
see, you read the book. Thank
Listen,
God.
it's a compelling read. I couldn't put it down. It's an easy read, and it's a great book.
I can't
One of my
wait.
training officers said, maybe you should just be a,
Social
I
worker.
said it again,
Social
worker because you're too nice. And I didn't feel that was a negative thing to be when you're a police officer. And I never had an issue in 20 years
Well, that's
for
better
being
than
that way.
Wow.
that's better than what some of the people said. You know, get back into the kitchen, honey, or
Oh,
something like
yes.
that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
In
go
the
home.
80s?
That's what
The
what
police
they said.
academy.
I have several questions.
Okay,
First of all, I'm Rocco, by the way.
that's him,
Hi.
Rocco.
Rocco the Star.
And she's Cheryl Choate.
Hi.
And
Cheryl.
she's written a book. She's written a book called Jaffer,
What is-
J-A-F-R.
how come I can't-
say it? Nope,
Okay.
because it's just, you'll find out. Get
Okay.
the book and you'll
Very
find
good.
out.
It says it
Very-
in the
Girl,
opening.
Don't you can get your finger off that dump button, Chris. Don't you worry. I'm a professional. I am not going to use those
Ange,
words. The girl behind the badge.
okay, Cheryl,
Yes.
I have a question. Going to the police academy, was it as hilarious as the movies portray it?
Yeah, all fun and games.
I wouldn't call it hilarious, but all of those kind of things happen most likely. There's,
You got the guy who makes the crazy sounds, and you have the
people that
no.
Rocco, you're taking this
I
in
don't
the
know.
opposite turn.
Okay, my next
It's like
question.
when the quarterback
Next.
turning around and throwing the ball intentionally to the other team, working with this guy.
Okay. Now, my next question.
Oh.
When I was a kid, I watched Knight Rider, and when I grew up, I bought a Trans Am because of Knight Rider. When you were a kid, did you watch
my gosh.
Policewoman and Charlie's Angels?
actually I did.
And did it
because
inspire
that was
you?
my
Yeah.
the era that I grew up in. But actually, when I said I was going to become a police officer, my mom, the first thing she says, "Are you going to be just like Angie Dickinson? And wear all the makeup and have the big hair?" And I'm just like, "No, Mom, that's a TV show."
But in
Did
fact,
you-
you did dress up with the makeup and the big
Yes.
hair for a certain detail.
Yes.
I won't say what it was, but it was on.
It was undercover.
it
Did
was
you have a
undercover on Harbor Boulevard,
Yes.
and
Wow.
it rhymes with
No
prostitute.
way.
But
Did you have a
Pretty
catch?
woman.
Please tell me you had a catchphrase. Were you like cuff 'em sugar? Remember that? Did you have a catchphrase? No.
Book of Dano.
Book 'em down.
Yes.
murder one.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm here to help you get your catchphrase. So for your
Oh my
second book, let's start working together on that.
Okay.
What do you think? Would
Sounds
you
great.
Bring me on board. My dad was a U.S. Marshal.
Wow.
So I come from a police academy family.
Wow.
Me too.
Oh,
my
respect.
father was a police officer for 5 years before he went to the other side and was a firefighter. He's,
Oh, the other
Wow.
side.
he's the brave guy I told you
Yes.
about. Yeah.
That's the
Wow.
next book we're writing. It's called Fire Cop.
My grandfather
Cat
was
dog.
an officer right here in just down the street in Santa Ana.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you guys that are like circulating the Big A, looking to give us tickets on the way out, just back off because we've got
But in all
Family.
seriousness though, thank you so much for being a first responder and running to danger when called.
And yes, in that you represent the people that lost their lives at 9/11 very well here tonight, and we really appreciate you being here. Can you hang around for the next show? For the good show?
Sure,
Yeah,
that sounds
for
great.
For Your Wonderful Life?
I'd love to.
Cool. We'd
Calls it the good show right in front of
love
me.
what to do. Hey, folks, stay with us for the next half hour. We call that half hour Your Wonderful Life. Rumor has it that we're going to be giving away the tickets early.
I want to give them away to first responders. Is that possible?
Join us again next week for a unique perspective from wild rock and roller
Rocco Bonzarelli.
and me,
He always
Pastor
throws
Andy
me off.
Q. In the meantime, we'd love to hear from you on Facebook, Rock Candy Radio. Have a great week, everybody, and stay tuned to win tickets on Your Wonderful Life right here on Angels Radio, AM 830.
Never forget, God bless America.